this is the complex world we live in, all the information we have more than ever. And a lot of it is all the drugs people are on. And it's just
a lot of it is schizophrenics. This is a big problem. I mean, we were talking about the percentage of human beings.
Half of Brazil has the brainworm that makes you basically psychotic.
Well, it doesn't make you psychotic.
It makes you risk-taking, crazy.
Yes, it affects your judgment. This is toxoplasmosis.
It programs you to want to have more cats, smell piss.
Yes. Well, it definitely does that to rats. It actually reprograms rats' brains, makes them sexually attracted.
And there's a bunch of parasites.
Yes, there's a bunch of them, and there's some that probably haven't even been identified.
And that's where the whole crazy cat lady thing comes from.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's one of the reasons why they tell women when they're pregnant to stay the fuck away from cat litter. Don't touch cat litter. Don't go anywhere near cats. Yes, I mean, it can be actually fatal for babies. But what I'm trying to get at...
Goes back to Middle Ages where they said kill the damn cats.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of factors there, right?
See, old wives' tales were like, I don't have a talking point.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk back again with another video for you guys. So check this out, man. You guys heard that audio there. That was Alex Jones on the Joe Rogan podcast. A lot going on with Alex Jones. I'm going to put another video out regarding some stuff they, went over on the podcast. But I want to talk about that parasite they were talking about. That freaked me out, man. Parasites, a lot of shit sometimes, man. It's like I wish I never heard, because you think about it too much and it just freaks you out. It's kind of scary. Now, that parasite they're talking about, the brain worms, scared the shit out of me, to say the least. But I actually, when was researching it more and, fact checking everything and all that, I've heard of this before. I remember seeing a show back in the day. I believe it was called like My Monsters or something like that, where about like parasites that live in the human body. And it was on like A&E or some channel, one of those type of channels. And there was a woman who was having like really bad seizures, and she was an American, but she was from like Latin America. And they actually, on there, you heard them say, is there a way to remove the brain worms? And they were saying they don't think so. She actually had a surgery done. I remember they showed a clip of the actual surgery where they took like a sack of worms out of this woman's brain. It was fucking her up. Like, her vision was really bad and she was having seizures, and she was saying she thought that she was going to die, because where she's from in Latin America, this happens very often. There's, the conditions are not very good as far as like being sanitary where she's from. So, it gets into the food a lot. In that case, as you heard them talking about, cats transmit it through their feces or shit, whatever you want to call it. Pigs also can. And they do often. A lot of animals can actually have it in their feces or whatever. And pigs do there. And she, through eating pork and just the sanitary conditions, she, where she's from, I forget what Latin American country it was, people get it a lot and they normally die from it, but they were able to save this woman. But basically, just to kind of go over this, as I said, it freaked me out. Don't worry. It can be prevented kind of from just being clean, washing your hands, making sure all your meat is clean, your produce is clean. Rinse all your produce off very well. Make sure all your meat's thoroughly cooked, because if an animal has it and it's undercooked and you eat it, you could definitely get it. And seafood, pork, lamb, venison, as I said, vegetables, contaminated water. Like where I live here in Florida, the water, like back in Buffalo, people drink the tap water. Down here, it's contaminated. So you definitely want to always have clean water. I mean, this ain't nothing that people don't know. But what they're finding out now that they didn't know before, as they were speaking on, is this parasite that turns in advanced stages, turns into worms in the brain. It's called toxoplasmosis is the name of this stuff. And they're saying up to half the world's population has it. A quarter of the U.S. does. And what they're finding out now is what they were talking about, like aggression, anger, bad judgment, kind of going crazy a little bit from this stuff. They said a lot of promiscuous women actually have this. Like it just throws your judgment off. And they also were saying with motorcycle related accidents and people who do shit like that, like drive really crazy and take risks, that they're finding a lot of people in like that actually had these brain worms. It's pretty fucking scary, man. Where I live in Florida, there was also a case of that. There's an amoeba that was getting in people's brains that was in the water, flesh-eating bacteria. Just stay out of water, guys. Don't go swimming unless it's in a fucking pool. Salt water, you're normally good, though. Salt water, you're normally good. A lot of parasites don't, live in salt water, more in fresh water. Now, most people don't have any symptoms for this. Sometimes people can have like headache, confusion, seizures. You get lung problems where people think you have like tuberculosis and shit like that. But like I said, these are normally in the later stages. Normally people with healthy immune systems are good. But, sometimes it fucks people up here in the United States. But as I said, and they were speaking about like with the cats, the crazy cat ladies, they say, and you've heard about probably before, if you have kids, you've heard from the doctor or the OBGYN about if you have a cat, don't let the woman near the litter box. Because it's in the cat. It's very often, and cats are infected with this and have it, and it's in their feces. So, but what happens is if the woman, when pregnant, gets it, can pass it to the baby. But as I said, man, it freaked me the fuck out. But as long as people kind of stay clean, wash their hands off, and wash your produce real good, as I said, always make sure your meat is cooked really well. You should be all right. But it's just crazy, man. The amount, don't Google parasites if you're someone like me who gets freaked out by shit. Don't research on parasites at all. But yeah, there's not much treatment for it. Like in a baby though, there is. Like if the mother had it, there is treatment that they can give to the baby before it's born to hopefully, stop them from getting it. Or if they do, they can kill it off. Now, in people, though, it won't really reproduce. That just more or less happens in cats and other animals. But it can, in some cases, get more like evolved and grow into the worms in the brain, like we were talking about. But that's just crazy to think, man, that they didn't know about this. That a lot of people, who might be deemed as crazy, or why are they doing the weird shit they're doing? Are they on drugs? What happened to them? They might have this toxoplasmosis. Like it's something that we've known about, but they just didn't realize how many people are infected with it. And how, like I said, the psychological effects and things like that. So it's crazy, man. A lot of people, half the world's population running around with brain worms, man. It's pretty insane stuff. Now, how he was talking about the Brazilian soccer team having it, I guess Brazil's like the number one country where the most people are infected with it. I want to say 95% or something like that I seen is either infected or have been exposed to it. So it's pretty crazy shit. But don't worry if you're in America or countries like that, where medicine and, living conditions are good. As long as you're clean, washing your hands off, and whenever you're handling stuff, things that could be contaminated, you should be all right. You know what I mean? But it's pretty crazy, man. Get in the comments, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. If you've ever heard about this, or if you didn't, you just want to share your thoughts, whatever. Or if you want to talk anything about Alex Jones, all that. As always, guys, the comments is an open thread. It's what this channel is all about. Chopping it up with you guys. You know what I mean? Coffee talk. That's what we do. We chop it up and we talk. But yes, guys. A lot of people who've been crazy, deemed to be crazy, are doing wild shit. Girls having sex with a lot of people doing reckless things, all that. They find that they had brain worms after they passed. It's pretty insane, guys. Look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit the bell so you get the notifications to my videos. It's Jay Coffee Talk, blogging sports, music, news, life, and more. Hope to see you guys on the next video. Hit that bell. Also, new channel should be launching tonight, the Coffee Talk podcast channel, where it's going to be, instead of 5 to 10 minute videos, it's going to be like 15 to 45 minute videos, more of a podcast style. And I also got another video coming soon about as I said, if you're into conspiracies and Alex Jones, we got another one that'll be coming up within an hour or two. So stay tuned for that, guys. It's Jay Coffee Talk. I'm out of here. Peace.